Hello everyone, welcome to this video on how to schedule a meeting in Microsoft Teams. So you can also create a new meeting using Microsoft Teams. So for that again, you have to log into your Microsoft Teams account as I have done now. So after logging in to your Microsoft Teams account, to create a new meeting or to schedule a meeting, you have to go to this option here in the left panel, which is calendar. So just click on this calendar. So as soon as you click on this calendar, so you can see, so a calendar will be shown to you. So it will be shown with today's date highlighted here. So you can see 16th is today's date and it is highlighted with bold. So now to schedule a meeting, so you can see the options here, new meeting and meet now. So there are two options. So if you go to new meeting, so you can schedule a meeting at a particular date and time. So that is what is the use of new meeting. So the other option is meet now. So with this meet now, so you can start the meeting right now, immediately. So that is what is the option for meet now. So first we shall explore the option of new meeting or schedule meeting. So for that, what you have to do is you have to click on this arrow here besides new meeting. So just click on this. So then you will get the option schedule meeting and live event. So just go to schedule meeting, select this option. So as soon as you select this option, you can see time zone will be given. So that is your current time zone. So this is India's time zone here shown. So you can add a title. So let's say I'll add the title trial. So this is the title of the meeting. Next tab is, so you can see here, you can add the recipients. So add required attendees. So what you have to do is, so already those are available with the Microsoft Teams account. So if you know their names or their phone numbers, you can add them here. Okay, so you can just type in the name. So suppose I want to type in the name, so I am typing it. So I'll get the suggestion like this. Okay? So if you want, you can add, or you can leave it blank also. So even if you leave it blank also, the participants can join the meeting. So I'll show you how in the later part of the video. So now for timing, I'll leave this blank. Then there is an option to select the date. Okay, so if you click on this, you can select the date. So I'll select the date as 16th itself, that is today itself. And the meeting timings is available here. So let's say you want to schedule it at 10:30. So just select 10:30. Or you can type in random time also. Suppose you want 10:25, that is also fine. You can type in here. So this is the start time of the meeting and date. And what is the end time? So the end date is same. It is today's date, and the end time is 11:30 a.m. So the meeting scheduled is for 30 minutes. So if you want to increase this duration, you can just click on this arrow, and you can select the various slots here. Or again, you can type in the random time. Suppose you want to only 15 minutes of meeting, so then you have to select the option here or type in 10:45. So you will get 15 minutes of time. So better you choose, suppose your meeting is of for 1 hour. So it is better to choose 1.5 hour of time. Why? Because there might be some delay during starting the meeting, so that it will make up the time. So better to select means a higher time duration than the actual duration of your meeting. So let's say I want a meeting of 1 hour, so I am selecting the duration of 1.5 hour. That is 1 hour 30 minutes. So then there is an option here to select what is the nature of this meeting, whether it will repeat or whether it is a one-time event. So now it is by default it does not repeat, that is it is a one-time event or one-time meeting. Suppose you click on this, you will get the options here. So what is it? So every weekday. So Monday to Friday. So you can select any day of the week. Suppose this meeting repeats. See, it is very helpful to take online sessions. Suppose you are handling a course and according to timetable you want to set the meetings or schedule the meetings. So then you can select this every weekday. Okay. So occurs every Monday through Friday starting from 16/7, that is today. Okay. So every day you will be having a meeting. So or you can set it as daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and then custom is also there. So custom means, so now suppose in a week you require, means or your class is for only 4 days. So you can select those days. So suppose your class is on Monday, then Wednesday, and then Friday, and then Thursday. So these are the days of the week that you are having the class. So you can select them and then schedule the meeting. Okay. So you can see here repeat one. So every week you can repeat it, or every month you can repeat this. Okay. So then select the end date. So when does this schedule end? Suppose for one semester. So let's say the semester starts from 1st February and then it ends on May 31st. So you can select the end date as May 31st. So this will go on every week until May 31st. So this is for setting a timetable while taking a particular course, okay, for two students. So for timing, I'll just select it as one time event, does not repeat. Next option is very important, add channel. Suppose you already created a team and you have added channels in a team. So if you remember, we used teams uh, to represent a course and a channel to represent a module in the course or a unit in the course. So that I have already talked about in the previous videos. So now you are scheduling this meeting for which particular channel or for which particular module or unit, so that you can select here. So if you just click on here, it will show you the available teams. So just click on the available, means which team, for which team you are creating this particular meeting. So click on this. So I'll select try. Then so in try, so there are three channels you can see: general, module 1, module 2. So I'll select module 1. So this meeting is corresponding to the team try, or you can say the course try, and for the channel module 1, or for the module 1. Okay. So then you can even add location, and then you can type some details about this meeting. So what is this meeting all about? So are there any prerequisites this? So everything you can type in here. So after typing in, just press send. So as soon as you press send, so you can see here in my timeline or in my calendar, I'm able to see this meeting. So a meeting will be created. So it will take some time depending on the internet speed. So it is creating a meeting. Again, and you can see the timing here. So it is from 10:30. So it is starting from 10:30 and it is ending at 12 p.m. So this is the meeting that will be created. So now, since I have not added any participants, right? So uh, the participants will not be notified individually. So they will not be notified individually, but they can still see the scheduled meeting. So how to see the scheduled meeting? When will the individual or how will be the individual be able to see the scheduled meeting? For that, what you have to do is, so you have to go to the team. You just click on this teams. So I have just scheduled a meeting for the team try, or the module, sorry, not module, the course try. So just select on this try. So in try, so I have created the meeting for channel with the name module 1. So if you just click on this module 1, you can see here I have got a notification. Okay. So what is this notification? A new meeting has been scheduled. Okay. And what is the start time of this meeting and what is the date? Today's date, and the time is at 10:30 a.m. So this is how the people that are present in your team will get notified about a meeting, right? About a meeting that is scheduled. So if they just click on this, It will take them to that meeting link, and they can join the meeting by clicking on this link here. Okay, so you can see the option here, join. So they will get this option to join that meeting if they just click on this. Okay, so this is how they will be notified. The notification will come up in the you can say the team and the channel in for which you have created the meeting or scheduled the meeting. Okay, and suppose, so one more option how they will get the notification of the meeting scheduled is the other option. So I'll go back to this calendar option. So just click on this calendar. So if you remember, while scheduling this meeting, I had not given the or I had not mentioned the participant name. Okay, so suppose I want to mention the participant name. So how to do that is, so just again right click on this meeting that you have scheduled. Just right click on this. So what you can do is you can go to edit. So always there is option to edit your meeting settings. So just select edit. Then so after this, now you can add the recipients. So previously I had left this blank. So now you can add the recipient. Suppose I'll add a recipient with some name. Okay, so I'll just add him. So his name will pop up here. Okay, and then again you can here send update. Okay, so I can just click on send update. So as soon as send update, so what will now happen is the participants that you added, okay, so they will get a calendar entry in their calendar in their account. So whenever they go to this option calendar in their account, the participant whenever he goes to calendar of his account, so in that calendar, so he will get a new meeting created, you can say notification like this. So whatever I am getting now, same in the same manner the participant will get the notification like this. So what he can do is he can just click on this and he can join the meeting. So this is the one more way that you can intimate the participant that you have scheduled a meeting. So this will take more time. Why? Because you have to enter the names of the participants individually. So it will take more time. Suppose just imagine if there are 120 or 130 students registered for your course. So just imagine typing all the names of the students. Okay, so that is not possible. So better you leave it blank. And how they will be notified? So they will be notified in their team announcements. Okay, so whenever they go to their team announcements, they will get this notification when they have when the meeting has been scheduled, and they can just click here to join. Okay, yeah. So this is the first option to schedule a meeting. So I told there are two options. One, you can schedule a meeting. Okay. So now one more is meet now. Suppose you want to create a new meeting and you have to start the meeting right now. So then you can go to this meet now option. Okay. So we'll explore this option. So if you just click on this meet now, so what will happen is, yeah, so a new window will open up like this. So now you can give the meeting name. Okay, so let's say I'll give the meeting name as trial. So this is the meeting name. So then so you can either turn on your video and microphone or you can turn it off also. So again at a later point of time you can again turn on your audio and video, no problem. So these settings can be changed later also. So after this just click on join now. So as soon as you click on join now, so a new meeting has been created and it is underway. Okay. So now the next thing is you can see only one name is here, that is your name itself, because no one else has joined this meeting. So you can invite others to join this meeting. So how to invite? So before going to invite, so there are certain settings of this meeting you can manage. So for that what you can do is just click on this icon here. Okay, so if you place the cursor on this, it will show you manage permissions. So just click on this. So as soon as you click on this, it will take you to some settings. So what are these settings here? Meeting options. Who can bypass the lobby? So what do you mean by bypass means? See, whenever they click on the invitation, they will be automatically given permission to join the meeting. So no one needs to let them in to join the meeting. So that is what you mean by bypass. So the option is here, people in my organization. So that is one option. So suppose you are in a let's say a company, and in that company whoever the people are there in the same organization, they can directly bypass the lobby. That is, no one needs them to let them in directly. If they click on that link, so they will be auto allowed to join the meeting. So then there is one more option, everyone. So everyone means the participants outside your organization also can uh, join the meeting, and they will also need not be accepted by someone else to join the meeting. If they click on the link, they will be directly allowed to join the meeting. And one more option is people in my organization and trusted. So these are the various options. So by default, it will be people in my organization. So then always let callers bypass the lobby. So you can select this yes or no. So better no. So then you have the control to accept the people that you want to accept in your meeting. And then announce when callers join or leave. So you will get a notification saying that so and so person has joined the meeting, or so and so person has left the meeting. So if you want that announcement, you can turn it on always. And then who can present. So this is again very important option available. Why? Because see, suppose you are in a meeting and you are presenting something, some content. So someone else in the meeting, they start to present themselves. So then your screen will be overlapped, and people in the meeting will get confused. So if to avoid that, so what you can do is you can select this option, only me. That means in your meeting only you can present. Okay, no one else can present. So this can be done explicitly. So once this is done, no one else can present in your meeting. So that control you have. So once you save it, so you can close this. So these are the settings, okay, for a meeting. So once you do the settings, then one more option in the setting is here, download attendance list. So this is again very important option. So you can come to know who are the participants that have participated in the meeting. So if you just click on this, so you will get an Excel sheet which will give you the details of the persons who have attended your meeting. Okay, so that is the attendance list. Then now how to invite. So this is again a very important uh, can say option to how people can join your meeting, how to invite them. So just again you can type here. So you can see the option invite someone. So just click on this and type the person's name. So just type the person's name and add him. Okay. So as soon as I start to uh, I press enter, I type the person's name and press enter. So that person will be getting a call so that join to this particular meeting. Okay. So this is how you can add a person to a particular meeting. So he will get a call. So it is up to him whether he accepts it or he rejects it. It is left to him. So next, so this is individual invite. So suppose you want to email the participants. Okay, so not calling them. Suppose you want to email them because let's say they don't have a Microsoft account, Microsoft Teams account. So you can send them a link. So how to send a link is, so there is an option here. So besides this invite someone, so there is an option. You can share, if you place your cursor, it will show you copy join info. So this is the link. Okay. So just click on this link. So it will copy the link to your meeting. So that link is copied to clipboard. So now to email that, so what you can do is you can just go to your email and just go to compose. So as soon as you go to compose, so now you have to type in the email address of the intended person or the persons that you want to invite to your meeting. then you can type in the subject, so join to this meeting, something like that. And now, so in the body of this message, so just press Ctrl V, okay, or right click and just select the option paste. So you will be getting a link. So if you just place your cursor on this, you can see the link. Okay, so this is the link, so which is embedded in this particular text, join Microsoft Teams meeting. So that link will not be directly available. So once you send this mail, so that recipient can just click on this join Microsoft Teams meeting text. So if you just clicks on it, so you will be directed to the meeting. Fine. So this is what will happen. Suppose, so this is, and you can type in the recipient name and send the email. Now, suppose you want to share the same link via WhatsApp. Okay, so suppose your students are using a particular WhatsApp group, so you can post the link on that so that everyone can join. So for that, what you have to do is, so just click on this join Microsoft Teams. Okay, join Microsoft Teams meeting. Just click on this, left click. So then, once you click on this, so you'll get a link here. So you cannot copy this link here. I'm not able to copy this link. Okay. So to copy this link, what you can do is just press on this change. Okay, just press on this change. So as soon as you press on this change, you can get the web address. Can you see this web address? So just copy this entire thing, entire web address. You should not leave anything. Just copy it. So right click, copy. So this is the web address. So entire thing. Close this. Okay, so then you can send this email. Suppose you want to send it through email. Suppose you don't want to send it through email, but you want to send it through WhatsApp. So just log into your WhatsApp web account. So as I done already. Okay, so now, so to send that, so just select the group. Okay, so select the group for which you want to send the link, and once you select this, so in this text window, so just paste it. So Control V is fine, or right click and paste is also fine. So then just press enter. So you'll get the link. So all the students in that particular group will get this link. So they can just click on this link and they will be directed to this page to join the meeting that you have just created. Fine. So this is how you can share your link, the meeting link to others so that they can join the meeting. And this is an immediate meeting that you are creating. Okay, so an immediate meeting that you are creating. So this is how. So and other meeting options as I told, so you can turn on or off your camera. So I told this is change. You can change this after the meeting starts also. So you can unmute your mic. Okay, and you can see the participants list here. At the particular point of time, only one participant, that is the organizer, that is me, is available here. That's all. So you'll get all the list. So you'll get a chat window, so wherein others can be, so others can chat. Okay, they can send some messages they want. Okay. So and then there is option to share. So if you press on this share, so you will start to present your screen to the participants. Okay, so that is the option. And remember, we had done the setting that only you can present in the meeting. So no one else can present. So for others this option will be disabled because that is the setting of the meeting. Okay. And then if you click on these three dots, so then so you can see the option of meeting notes. So you can share some meeting notes. You can enter full screen. You can enter the keypad. If you press this, keypad will be shown. So you can start recording the meeting. So you can record the meeting. So you can end the meeting. And there is one more option: turn off incoming video. Suppose someone else is presenting in your meeting and your internet speed is not so good. So you can turn off this incoming video so that you can listen to only audio. Okay. So all these options are available. So now once you are done with the meeting, so what you can do is just press on this hang up. If you just click on this, the meeting will be stopped. Okay, so that is the end of the meeting. Friends, and you can see in my chat or activity tab. Okay, so I am getting the notifications or whatever the meetings that I have scheduled. Everything, the information will be available here. Okay, so in the chat, so you can see here, I have created the meeting. Then meeting started at around 9:52, and then I tried to add a participant, and then the meeting ended at 10. So it is 10:03. So total duration was 10 minutes 59 seconds. So hope this video is helpful to create or schedule a meeting in Microsoft Teams. Thank you.